Okay, so today we took all of our equations and we added an extra step to them. All right, so instead of doing one-step equations, now we're going to do two-step equations. Okay, but remember our rules are the same. So we're still going to start off with our inverse ops step. Now, we'd had to expand on this a little bit because now, if you look at this equation over here, we have two things going on. We have subtraction and we have multiplication. All right, so since we have two operations now, we need to clarify things just a little bit, okay, so everyone's on the same page. So when it comes to doing these inverse ops, remember, okay, we're going to take care of all addition and subtraction first. Multiply and divide will be taken care of last. Okay, that's the order we want to follow. All right. So by looking at this, we can see the first thing going on here is a minus 8. And again, at this stage, our inverse is to do the opposite. So instead of subtracting 8, we're going to add 8. All right. And remember, we have decided, okay, step number 2, make sure you apply to both sides. So if we're going to add 8, we need to add 8 to this side of the equation. We summarize, minus 8 plus 8 is 0, so we're left with a 4x, and we have a negative 32 on the right. Now we have a multiplication here, so the inverse of that would be to divide, and we're going to divide both sides by 4. 4 divided by 4 leaves us with 1x equal to negative 8. Solved. So again, exactly the same steps that we've been doing. The only thing different tonight is that we're going to combine those into one equation instead of having separate equations. All right. Example number 2. Okay, example number 2 here, we'll go ahead and look at an inequality. Okay, h over 7 plus 12 is greater than or equal to 14. Inequality does not change our approach. We want to look to take care of any addition and subtraction first. So since we have a plus 12, the inverse would be to subtract 12. And hopefully we're at the stage now where we already know we're going to apply that to both sides, and we can go ahead and take care of things a little quicker. Bring down our inequality. 14 minus 12 is 2. 12 minus 12 cancels, so we're left with an h over 7. We have divided by 7 going on here, so our inverse would be to multiply both sides by 7. And h greater than or equal to 14. Again, nothing different there. Approach stays the same. The only thing we need to make sure of is that we follow our order here as far as dealing with our symbols. Yes, we still need to graph because we have an inequality sign. So remember, 14 goes in the middle. We want to put the next number on each side. H equals 14. So we want to fill that in. And then H is also greater than 14. So that would be shading everything to the right of 14 in bold. Okay. Now I do want to make sure I just make one quick mention. All right, one quick mention here. Please remember, if we would get negative 4 is less than y, okay, please remember, all right, as we do a two-stepper, our variable may begin on the right-hand side of our inequality. Please remember, we do have permission to flip that around to y, negative 4. We can flip those, but we need to make sure that we flip our inequality as well. Okay, and again, the reason for that is this is much easier to interpret when it comes to making the graph if the variable is in front. So just keep that step in mind tonight, that you may need to go ahead and do that to help you figure out which direction you want to shade in on your graphing. Good luck, and as always, do the best you can. Bring any questions to class tomorrow. Thanks.